Hi everyone, John Cottrell here. This is Power Hour. This is a 60-minute power Vinyasa yoga practice, which means we're going to be moving with breath. So glad that you're here. So our class today, I've made up a name for this class. It may not make any sense at first, but I think as we practice it together, you'll see how it all comes together. The name of this class is L shapes and 90-degree angles. That's it. So you can maybe imagine that we're going to create some L shapes and 90-degree angles with our bodies as we flow together. For props today, you will probably need, and I would highly suggest, a couple of yoga blocks, 2 or 3 actually, something that you can stack. That could even be some hardbound books, okay? So that would be great. And optional, but if you happen to have a yoga strap, grab a yoga strap. It could be a belt, a jump rope, anything like that. This could come in handy. Optional, you don't absolutely have to have a strap for this class today. But because we're doing L shapes and right angles, you can probably guess as well that we're going to be doing some leg extensions and stretching, so a lot of hamstring work and some balancing in there too. Okay, so that is it. Let's go ahead and begin. I invite you to come to the top of your mat, standing in mountain pose with your feet about hip distance apart and your toes pointing forward just like this, just to create a nice solid foundation for yourself, a sense of alignment, centering, and balance. You can just have your arms relaxed down by your side and start with a few deep breaths. You might inhale deeply through your nose, and you can exhale through the nose or out through your mouth. Again, inhale and exhale, and just settle into slow, steady breaths here, just breathing in and out. And these deep breathing exercises really just bring you to this very moment, keeping you fully present, connected, and aware. Breathe in a way where you can feel your breath rising upward, perhaps to fill up your lungs. Very expansive, engaging. And as you exhale, you want to draw your navel inward towards your spine. It's a light contraction of your abdominal muscles. That's the abdominal lock, which really will help us with stillness as we are in mountain pose, with movement as we flow through our sequence, also going to help us with our balance. So again, inhale, feel a lengthening of your spine, stand nice and tall, breath rising to fill up your lungs. And your exhale to draw belly in, nice connection here to your center. And do that a few more times on your own. Go ahead and take 3 more breaths in and out as a way to prepare your body to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead. A nice reaching and stretch quality right here. Exhale, let's fold forward. So a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to as you slowly and carefully make your way down towards your toes. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees to fully extend your spine. We're going to hold here on the exhale. This is our first L shape or 90-degree angle. So we're making a nice long tabletop with the upper body. Flat like a table, the crown of your head or the very top of your head feels like it's moving forward while your hips or even tailbone feel like they're reaching and moving you to the back of the room. So the lengthening quality here. You can keep a slight bend in the knees so you don't lock out the knee joint. So this is our first right angle. Let's take a breath in and exhale. We're just going to fold. And just hold here so you can start to feel more of that natural stretch occurring down through the backs of your legs. And even with the curvature of the spine, the crown coming down towards the floor, the lengthening and maybe a stretch quality through your back body. And maybe 3 more breaths here. And then when we're ready to move, go ahead and shift your weight back towards your heels. Bend your knees. Feel like you're going to sit down into a low chair. Lift your upper body to help re-extend your spine. And then we're going to stand up all the way. Straight legs, nice long torso. Reach both arms straight up into the sky. Then exhale, bring your arms down by your side. Right here. Hold. Take a breath or two. Very nice. Let's do that same sequence again. That's our half salute to the sun. Here we go. Inhale, reach all the way up, big stretch. Exhale, lead with your heart, fold forward. Keep a good bend in your knees, carefully making your way down. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins, knees, or even your thighs to extend your spine. Again, we're going to hold on the exhale. This is half forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Long spine, flat back like a table. Keep that slight bend in the knees. Inhale here. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Nice stretch through the hamstrings and even that release through the entire back body. Even nod yes, shake your head no, just to make sure there's no extra tension lingering about in your neck and shoulders. Now shift your weight back into your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, come up to standing, reaching nice and high. Energy through your fingertips, then exhale, arms down by your side, returning to mountain pose. Just pause right here, take a breath or two. And we're going to continue together, moving through our sun salutation, Series A. Here we go. Inhale, reaching high, nice lengthening through the sides of your body. Exhale, let's fold forward. Always keep a good bend in your knees. Inhale, rise up halfway, or just a good extension of your spine is fine right here. Exhale, bend, fold, enough where you can bring your hands to the floor here in front and walk both feet back to the back end of your mat into plank pose. Nice, strong position here for the upper body. We're going to breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees a little, send your hips into the air, downward facing dog. Now you probably can't see yourself in this posture, but in some respect, just depending on how far away your feet are from your hands, you might be creating a right angle right here. Even though it's more of a triangle shape, or like a pyramid, if we turned it a little bit, it would probably form a right angle. Keep pressing firmly into the floor with both hands. Feel that good energy and the strength in your arms. I like to keep a slight bend in the knees. That way the hips can continue to lift up, maintaining good length through the spine. Okay, let's take a breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet return to the top of the mat to your forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, or just extend the spine as you lift a little bit. Exhale, fold again. Back down we go. Weight shift into your heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Let's come back up. Reach high into the sky. Exhale, arms back down by your side. Just a quick pause right here. We're going to continue right away into Series B of our sun salutation. Let's inhale, reach high up into the sky. Exhale, take chair pose. A nice bend of knees, sitting back into the imaginary seat. And inhale just to reach out through your arms. Good extension. Exhale, diving out of your seat towards toes, forward fold. Inhale, let's rise up halfway, nicely extended spine. Exhale, bend, fold, take your time until you can bring your hands to the mat, walk or step or even jump both feet back into plank pose, high push-up position. Breathe in. Exhale, bend elbows, squeeze them in towards your ribs, coming all the way down, perhaps Chaturanga Dandasana. Pressing hands into the floor to straighten your arms, lifting just your chest, looking forward. This is upward facing dog. That's a back bend. On the exhale, tuck your toes so you can lift your knees off the ground and lift your hips up into the air, a return to downward facing. We're going to inhale to extend right leg up behind you. Reach long here. Hold here for a moment. Press into the floor with the hands. Right foot reaching up into the air. Let's breathe in. Exhale and step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel turns to the ground behind you. Nicely extended spine and torso long out over your right thigh. Make sure there's good weight and pressure in that back foot as well. We're going to inhale, rise up to Warrior One. We're going to hold Warrior One for a moment. We're going to create another right angle. Check in. Just kind of feel this out. So somewhat of a right angle in this right leg. Not so much of a right angle, I guess, because my thigh is not parallel to the floor, at least at not this moment. But let's try something here. Let's breathe in, reach a little higher. Exhale, turn your torso towards the left side of the room as you bring your arms down to parallel, just like this. Now, the alignment here is your right knee is stacked nicely over the heel or ankle, so the shin and calf create a straight line. But from thigh to knee or hip to knee, it's an angle. So, but if you wanted to, maybe taking the feet a little wider, lunging a little deeper, maybe working towards a right angle here. You don't have to do that, but just an awareness that this could be a right angle. Let's take side angle pose. Reach out, rotate the arms, reach down, reach up. Nice extension here. Deep breaths. Breathe in, we're going to move. Exhale, we're going to turn, fold and bend, hands to the floor. Let's step back into plank pose. Bend elbows, squeeze them in towards your ribs. Right there. Coming down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to your upward facing dog. Make sure your legs are long out behind you, toes pointed. Exhale, tuck your toes now, lifting knees and hips into the air, downward facing dog. And again, just depending on the distance between the feet and hands, you might have formed a right angle in this position. Let's inhale to extend left leg up. Hold on the exhale and just really feel this elongation through the leg, torso, and your arms. Let's breathe in. Exhale, let's step to the top of the mat with the left foot. Right heel turns to the floor again, putting pressure into that back foot. Feeling balanced and centered. Elongate your torso long out over your left thigh. Inhale, rise up, reaching into the air. Hold on the exhale in Warrior One. So again, maybe working towards a right angle, but at least this nice alignment of this knee stacked nicely in a straight line right over your heel or ankle. Let's breathe in. Exhale, let's open up to a Warrior Two. And if you'd like to, this is just an option, maybe creating more distance between the feet so you can lunge a little deeper and maybe really coming to this right angle. Now for me, I really have to put some distance between the feet here. Great hip opener here too. Side angle, reach out, rotate the arms. And because my stance is wider, it's allowing me to reach closer to the floor with this left hand. Deep stretch with this wide stance. Let's breathe in. Exhale, let's turn. Let's bring both hands down to the mat. Plank pose. And finish your push-up. Come down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. All right, let's go down to the ground. Just go ahead and kneel down. Take a seat back briefly in hero. Sit off to the side. Swing the legs around to the front here. Make sure you're sitting in the center of your mat. And go ahead and roll down onto your back. We're just going to keep the knees bent, feet flat on the ground. Just hold here for a few seconds and actually let your body relax. Just melt into the earth. A bit of a disengagement, a resting moment. Taking some deep breaths, generating some new energy as we continue our practice together. We're going to be moving into bridge pose. It's a back bend. Let's start by breathing in deeply to fill up the lungs. Exhale completely, engaging core muscles, and then lift hips up into the air. Here you might want to rock your upper body left and right a little bit in order to get your arms and shoulders underneath you. That's going to help open up the chest. It might even stabilize you a little bit, especially if you're able to squeeze your shoulder blades together underneath you, just providing a bit more stability underneath you. You can even bend your arms at 90 degrees. Here it is. Pressing elbows or backs of the arms down into the mat. Nice leverage to help lift the hips up a little higher. Might even help expand your chest a little bit more. Deep breathing here. Very active pose, so be aware of all the engagement that's happening throughout the body. 2 more breaths. All right, wiggle the feet forward a little bit. Extend your arms straight up into the air. Go ahead and slowly roll your way back down to the ground. Let's bring the arms down by your side. Extend the legs out front for a moment. Now, I forgot to tell you, if you happen to have a strap, make sure it's nearby. But you can certainly do this without a strap. First, we're going to hug the left knee in towards chest. Just catch it in your hands. And then, if you have a strap, you can go ahead and wrap the strap around the bottom of the foot and then extend the leg straight up as best as you can. Now it's okay though, if the knee is bent, that's fine, or you're not forming the 90-degree angle or L shape, that's okay too. If it's more like this, if you can see me, if it's more at an angle like this, that's fine too. Okay, not completely necessary to form the perfect L shape or right angle right here. Wherever you are, you probably will still feel the hamstring stretch, and that's more of the intention. So just a couple more breaths here, just to bring a little bit more awareness to the leg extension here and stretch. We're going to go ahead and bend the knee, release the strap, set the leg back down onto the floor. You can even pause for a moment and rest. Take a breath or two. And then we'll go ahead, when you're ready, hug the right knee in, wrap a strap or a belt underneath the foot, and extend the leg up into the air. Perfectly fine, keeping the knee bent, or the leg at a full angle like this, more at an angle like that rather than that 90-degree angle, okay? Just doing your best, just to hold and breathe, and just notice the sensation of lengthening and stretching in the hamstrings. How about 2 more breaths? I'm not going to hold this too long. And then we'll go ahead and bend the knee. Let's release the strap. And we're done with that. Just set the strap to the side there. Hug both knees into chest. Start to rock forward and back carefully. Make sure you're breathing. And with a good exhale, rock your way up to seated so we can come to boat pose. So maybe leaning back, lifting the feet into the air. Knees can stay bent and just hold on to the bent legs here. Your shins are probably parallel to the floor. I like to flex the feet to keep the legs strong. Be aware if you're sinking into your back, because I notice I'm sinking into my back. Okay, I want to lift myself up, so holding onto the legs. See how I'm lifting right up there? I'm still at an angle, but I just straighten my spine. All right, feeling like I'm lifting the torso up and out of the pelvis. Now we can play with this. Start to extend the legs. Just imagine you were sitting. Let me just show you. Just imagine you're sitting like this. Okay, there's our L shape. But all we did was just kind of tip, and now we're more like a V shape, like that. Try it out. And then bend the knees. We're moving out of the pose. Cross legs, roll forward. See if you can catch yourself with your hands in front. Step back, plank pose. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just take a shortcut to down dog. Bend your knees, lift hips up into the air. Feel this nice extension through the spine. Let's get a nice flow going here. Let's inhale, extend right leg up. Let's actually open this up. Bend your knee, bring your heel down towards backside, lifting and opening the hips out. A little twist. A little hip opener there. Breathe in. Exhale, unwind, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat, left heel plants into the floor. Find that alignment and balance. Long torso out over thigh. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, opening to Warrior 2. Maybe finding more distance, lunging deeper, maybe creating this right angle here. Still an option. Then your side angle pose, reaching out. Right hand down, maybe left hand up and even over your head. Reach so we can get a nice extension down through the left side of the body. A couple breaths there. Yes, that feels so good. Okay, breathing in. Our exhale, so we can turn and fold, hands back down to the ground. Step back, plank pose, stay here. And then a shortcut to down dog. Just bend the knees a little, send your hips into the sky. When you're ready, inhale, extend left leg up. Bend the knee, heel down towards backside, lifting the knee to create the hip opener. You even want to feel like your pelvis is just trying to turn to face the left side of the room. So you might twist open a bit more. When you exhale, unwind it and step your left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel plants into the floor. Inhale to rise, Warrior 1. Exhale, opening, Warrior 2. Choosing the distance you like between the feet. Nice deep lunge. Working towards this right angle in front if you'd like. Side angle pose, reaching out, rotate the arms. And follow the right hand up and over your head. Reach and extend, getting that nice stretch quality down through the right side of your body. Couple more breaths. Let's breathe in. And our exhale, carefully turn and fold. Hands to the mat, step back, plank pose. Let's finish with Chaturanga Dandasana. So exhale to lower your way down. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for a moment. Take a nice full breath in, getting ready to move. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet to the top of the mat to forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway or just find that extended spine. Exhale, fold again. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come to standing, reach up nice and high. Exhale, arms down by your side. Very nice. Okay, let's get into some balance now. Okay, our first balancing pose is tree pose. When we do balancing, I always like to start with tree pose. So, mountain pose, right here, nice evenness, balance between the feet. Shifting weight over to right foot, rooted down into the floor. Inhale, feel tall and lengthened through your spine. Exhale, engage your core. And then just lift your left foot up off the floor, flexing the foot. Stay right where you are. I'm just going to turn sideways because when you lift it, you actually create a right angle right there. Okay? And then swing that knee out to the side, placing foot on the inside of the standing leg. I always default at my calf. Then inhale, take both arms straight up into the air and use that reaching sensation to actually lift you up. Hold here for a moment, finding something to focus on out in front of you. Helping you with balance, perfectly fine if you have to step out of the pose, no worries. Let's keep the arms extended. Swing left knee forward now, lifting knee with the flexed foot. Return to that right angle through the leg. Place foot on the floor, arms down by your side. Very nice. If you'd like, shake all that out. That's a lot of energy used, lots of effort, so feel free to kind of shake all that out of the body. Once again, just want to feel relaxed again as we do the other side. Whenever you're ready, start shifting weight over into your left foot. Root firmly into the floor. Strong leg. Lengthen spine as you inhale. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, engage to your center. Floating right foot up. Find that right angle. Swing the knee out to the side. See how the thigh is parallel to the floor there. And then placing foot on the inside of your standing leg. Nice and long and tall through the torso, but you're going to get taller still as you inhale and take both arms straight up into the sky. Lift. There we are. Keep breathing. Focusing on something out in front of you or even down at the floor. You can just drop your eyes, not your head, just drop your eyes and maybe look down at the floor. Just keep arms extended. Let's swing right knee forward now, lifting knee with the flexed foot until the thigh becomes parallel to the ground. Place the foot on the ground. Both arms come down by your side. Finishing, shake it all out, release. All right, we're going to do some more balancing here, okay? I'm going to turn sideways for this one, just so you can see some of this action, okay? We are doing some more balancing and some leg extensions with a variation. First, just start with a slight bend in the knees, just a little softness in the knees. Start shifting weight into your right foot, same strong connection into the ground, right foot. Make sure you're nice and tall up top, looking directly forward, okay? Let's peel the left foot up off the ground. Catch the shin with the left hand. Make sure the left foot is flexed. Okay? We're going to take the right arm up into the air, straight up, reach. Okay? Now if we're just holding onto the shin or way out by the knees, see here's that right angle again, right here, okay? We're just going to give it a little kick, just a little kick. Oops, I'm losing my balance. Just a little kick forward right there, okay? Or if your hand is going to slip, catch underneath. If you can, maybe fully extend the leg, but not necessary. And maybe bringing it up so it's parallel to the floor. There's another right angle. There's several right angles here. Torso to leg, leg to leg. See how that works? Let's bend the knee. Take the knee and leg out to the left side as the right hand reaches out to the right side of the room. We're going to do the exact same thing. Just a little kick. Okay, my leg is not straight. I'm just going to turn so you can see me. Okay, just a little kick. Catch underneath if you need to. And maybe fully extend, but not necessary at this moment or any time actually, okay? Let's bend the knee, swing the knee forward, plant the foot down into the floor, take both arms up into the air just to draw that straight line in the body again. Arms come down by your side. Shake it out. All right, so that's the balance work, just creating some more right angles and L shapes. Let me adjust my mat. Okay? There we go. Okay, same thing other side. Start shifting weight now into your, start with the softness in the knees because we don't want to lock out the knee joints. Shifting weight into the left foot now. Tall upper body, core engaged. Right foot lifts, catch the shin right there, just underneath the knee. Right angle in the leg, feel that? Left arm extends up into the air. Little kick. This is fine here, or catch underneath if you need to. If you can, fully extend, even if it's low, okay? But just an option today. But maybe you're going for those L shapes. Bend the knee. Take the knee out to the side. Left hand reaching to the left side of the room just to create balance. Same thing, just a little kick. Hold underneath if you need to. Keep this bend in the knee or extend as you like. You can even be low. Bend the knee again. Swing the knee forward. Plant the foot into the ground. Take both arms up into the air. Arms down by your side. Excellent. So that was just our balancing practice right there. Lots of good work. Make sure you shake everything out. Let's continue our flow and add on. Let's take a deep breath here in mountain pose. Here we go. Inhale, sweeping arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, hinging at the hips, soft knees. Inhale, lift up halfway. Let's really go halfway so we are continuing with our theme. Exhale, fold and bend all the way down. Hands to the floor. Hop or step back, plank pose. Come down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here, we're going to inhale, extend the right leg straight up. Hold for a moment to get that nice length. I can kind of see myself because I can see my own image. And so I'm lifting my leg and I think I'm creating a right angle with my legs. Breathe in. Exhale, step forward. Right foot to the top of the mat. Stay like this. We're going to high lunge, which means left heel stays lifted. All 10 toes are pointing forward. You may need to shift your body weight back. So you can easily extend spine and then hinge from hips. Rise up, reach up into the air right there. Hold, squeeze to inner thighs, hug inward to maintain balance. Now we're going to keep lifting up until we straighten the legs as best as we can. Pivot left heel to the floor to turn sideways, arms come down to parallel. We're going to triangle pose. More of a hamstring stretch. Let's reach out. Rotate the arms just like this. There we are. And again, depending on the distance between the feet, you might again create a right angle in the legs because the legs are straight. At the moment, mine aren't not really at a right angle. If I took my legs farther apart, let's see. A little bit, I'm almost there. Okay, to come out of this pose, you're going to bend your right knee. Nice lunge there. Come up, passing through warrior. Reverse your warrior, so your right hand's reaching up into the air. Right there, we're going to windmill. Bring the hands down to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Come on down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale, extend left leg straight up. Hold here on the exhale. And maybe you can feel for that right angle in the legs. Breathe in. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. Right heel stays lifted, all 10 toes pointing forward. Find your center, long spine, hinge from hips, rising up, reaching into the air. There's our high lunge. I like to reach high and lunge low. Squeeze to center, strong legs to help stabilize the posture. Rise up to straighten the legs. Pivot right heel to the floor, turn sideways, arms to parallel, prepped for triangle. Reach out over left leg here, angled upper body, rotate the arms. There we are. Triangle pose. Maybe some right angles are happening in the legs. Definitely a hamstring stretch. Coming out of the pose, let's bend the left knee. Nice lunge. Come back up, pass through warrior two. Reverse your warrior, taking left hand up into the air. Our windmill now. Bringing hands down to the ground in front. Step back, plank pose. Finish the flow, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for a moment. We're going to take a seat. Maybe hop forward, cross legs to take your seat, or just kneel down to take your seat. Once you've taken your seat, we're extending the legs straight out front. Right there. So flex the feet to strengthen the legs and straighten the legs as best as you can. Sit up nice and tall. Yes, we're creating another L shape. Hands on the floor by your hips. Push into the ground to really get that great extension through the torso. So we do have a 90-degree angle. Make sure you're looking directly forward. Nice long neck. This is staff pose. A couple breaths here. See? All right, keep this good energy in the body because there is a lot of effort in this pose. It's a simple posture, but a lot is happening. All right, we're just going to shoot both arms straight up into the air, continuing to create this L shape. Very strong position here. A lot of core engagement as well. Strong legs. Inhale. Next, just bring the arms back down by your side. We're going to take this to boat pose. Remember, all we're really doing with boat is taking this shape right here and just tipping back until you're more of a V shape rather than an L shape, but there's still potentially a right angle. But let's start by bending the knees first, then lean back to lift the feet just to make that a little easier. Nice extension of spine. You can stay just like this. This is fine too, but if you like, just a little playfulness, extending the legs, maybe pointing your toes here, creating that L shape or V shape, but a 90-degree angle as best as you can. A couple more breaths. This takes a lot of core strength. You can even release the legs, free up the hands and extend your arms up into the air. I don't think I'm going to do that today. I'm going to hold on. Let's breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank pose, strong straight line. Hold for a moment. Just going to bring knees to the floor. Sit back into hero pose. Very nice. This is nice too for several reasons. One, it's going to give you a little stretch in the knees, down through the shins, right to the tops of the feet at the ankles, and it actually helps to relax the hamstrings a little bit since the knees are bent. But you don't have to stay like this, okay? What I really want you to do is actually take a moment, grab your blocks, and make sure your blocks are somewhere near the top of your mat, okay? Maybe in front of the mat and a little bit off to the right side, okay? We're going to do some more balance work. Let's come back out to downward facing dog. So hands out front, tuck toes, knees and hips into the air. Do your best and just follow me. Inhale, extend right leg up. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Stay here, runner's lunge. Okay, which means all 10 toes are still pointing forward, but we're going to stay down here, hands on the ground. All you're really going to do is actually bring in your blocks a little bit. Place your hands on top of your stack blocks. Okay, we're going to kind of launch ourselves forward so we end up balancing on the right foot. Left leg will kick up into the air, potentially forming another right angle. But perfectly fine to keep a knee bent right here. I'm going to take my blocks up a little higher, so I'm lifting up, and even that's helping me to straighten this right leg a little bit. Okay, so there's our right angle. Let's take another pose. Half moon. We're going to flex the left foot just to keep that leg very strong. Lifting the leg straight up into the air is going to help you open the hips, starting to turn a bit sideways right here as best as you can. Then extending left arm up into the air. We've got another set of 90-degree angles. And see if I can straighten my right leg a little bit more just to really highlight those angles in the body. Let's breathe in. Exhale, turn left hand to the floor or blocks. Square out the hips. Bend the left knee. Bring the knee in towards chest. The back can round. Set the foot onto the ground next to the other. Go ahead and take a moment and move your blocks to the other side. Okay, then slide your hands up to the shins. Half forward fold right here. Hold. Nice extension through legs and torso. Breathe in. Exhale, fold all the way down, hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Excellent. Go ahead and come down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, other side. Inhale, extend left leg up into the air. Left foot to the top of the mat for your runner's lunge. Find the centering and balance. Bring in those blocks. Hands on blocks.
Launch yourself forward so you can actually balance on left foot while the right leg just kicks up into the air. Adjust your blocks so you feel pretty stable right there, even lifting you higher. This is why it's nice to have something tall like this to help you straighten the leg, this left leg you're standing on, even if there's a slight bend in the knee. And just trying to get this right leg parallel to the floor. All right, here comes our half moon. I'm going to flex this right foot, start to lift it up into the air to help open sideways, using these blocks to help me balance, opening up towards the right side of the room and extending right arm up into the air as well. I like to keep my focus down at the ground. That just helps me with balance. Couple more breaths, do your best. Perfectly fine though if you have to step out of the pose early. Breathe in. Exhale, let's turn, bringing both hands to the floor or blocks. Square out the hips so they're even. Bend the right knee, bring it in towards chest. Foot down to the ground. Adjust your blocks, maybe back over to that right side. Come to half forward fold, flat back tabletop. Right there. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come to standing, nice and tall here, reach high. Good, exhale, arms down by your side. Well done. Deep breaths there. All right, let's flow. Let's do a little more floor work, okay? We're going to inhale, take the arms back up into the air. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, fold and bend, hands to the floor. Hop or step back, plank pose. Here, just bring knees to the floor. Sit back briefly to hero. Sit off to the side. Legs around to the front. Straight legs, flexed feet. Let's go back to that staff pose, L-shape 90 degrees. Hands on the floor by your hips, nice and tall. Now this time we're going to take a forward fold. That's going to change the angle, okay? We want to get a little bit more stretch happening in the hamstrings, okay? Since we just did that half moon pose, which does rely on strong, extended legs, let's just make sure we have a little bit more stretch in those legs. You're welcome to use your strap again and be wrapping the strap around both feet. If you're doing that, maybe just a tug on the ends of the strap to help you sit up nice and tall, 90 degrees. Let's breathe in. Exhale again, another little tug of the strap, but send your heart forward out towards your toes, just like this. Now the legs can stay straight, your back can stay straight if you'd like. Or put a bend in the knees, even a curvature in the spine. And maybe that allows you to fold a little deeper if you want, okay? And maybe a little bit more stretch quality in those hamstrings. All right, so I've extended my legs, but my back is rounded. I'm gonna pause right about here because this feels just about right, I think, for the stretch that I'm looking for. And of course, some deep breathing. Three more breaths. How are those hamstrings feeling? Okay, we're going to be putting a sequence together in a moment. Okay, let's rise back up. You can go ahead and release your strap here. Let's come back to that staff pose. This nice right angle in the body, hands on the floor by your hips. Push into the ground. That's going to help you extend the torso. Long straight legs, flexed feet. Couple breaths. And of course, return to boat pose. You can soften, bend the knees, lean back, enough where it's easy for the legs just to float into the air. Holding onto the legs to help extend spine. Knees can stay bent or go for that right angle again by extending the legs, perhaps pointing toes. Right there. And if you like, once again, extending the arms. Now you can extend them forward, that works, but you're really working towards, I'm going to do one arm at a time here, just reaching the arms back here, up past your ear to create more of that right angle. Bend the knees, cross legs, hands in front, hop or step back, plank pose, just hold for plank. Shortcut to down dog, bend knees, hips into the air, down dog. Really feel this fully extended spine. Breathe in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet to the top of the mat to forward fold. Nice release there. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, come to standing. Reach straight up, get tall. Exhale, arms down by your side. There we are. Good job. Okay, let's put our sequence together. It's going to start with that balancing sequence that we did earlier, okay? So I'm just going to face forward on my mat. Just follow me. Start with that softness in the knees. Shifting weight into right foot. Lifting left foot, catch the shin. Right arm up into the air, get nice and tall. Here's some more right angles. Kick the left leg forward or fully extend as you're able. More 90-degree angles, L shapes. Reach, lift, nice and tall. Maybe that leg is parallel to the floor, but it's okay if it's not. Bend the knee. Swing the knee out to the left side. Right arm reaching to right side. Same thing, maybe a little kick or fully extend the leg. If you can, however, I didn't show you this, maybe grabbing big toe with the peace fingers, your middle and index fingers, to extend, help you to extend that way. Bend the knee, send the knee forward, set the foot down, both arms up into the air to realign, arms return down by your side. Shake it out, okay? So that one little action, so you can hold on to the knee or underneath the knee, something like this for that leg extension. But if you can, grab that big toe and extend there, if you're able to. Okay, let's do the other side. Little bend in the knees. Weight into your left foot. Nice and tall up top. Pick up right foot, catch the shin. There's our right angle. Let's take the left arm up into the air so you can get nice and tall. Here's that kick. Same thing here. You can extend or partially extend by holding onto the leg, or find big toe if you can reach it and extend that leg forward. Bend the knee. Take the knee out to the side. Left hand to left side for balance. Little kick. Support the leg in your hand. Or find big toe. Extend the leg out to the side. Bend the knee. Bring the knee forward. Set the foot down. Both arms up into the air. We're going to flow from here. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, spinal extension. Halfway up. Find that right angle. Exhale, fold and bend. Hands to the floor. Hopper step back. Plank pose. Come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to put these pieces together now. Inhale, extend right leg up. Bend and twist open. Feel the pelvis open up towards the right side of the room. When you exhale, unwind, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat, warrior one. Left heel plants into the floor. Extended spine, rise up, reach up. Exhale, open, warrior two. Right away, side angle. Right hand down, left hand up, and maybe over your head for that side body stretch. Breathe in. Exhale, turn, hands to the floor. Back to down dog. You're going to sweep your right foot back and up into the air. Right angle in the legs. Right foot returns to the top of the mat for high lunge this time. Go ahead and rise. Rise up. Like this. Keep lifting up to straighten the legs. Pivot left heel to the floor, turn sideways. Arms to parallel, prep for triangle. Reach out. Rotate arms. There you go. Straight legs, maybe a right angle in the legs perhaps. Coming out of the pose, bend the right knee. Nice lunge, come up, pass through. Warrior two. Right hand up into the air, reversed warrior. Listen, you're going to windmill. Bring the hands down to the floor. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. There's your runner's lunge. Bring in those blocks. Shifting forward to balance on right foot. Kick that left leg up into the air. Maybe use those blocks, if you can, to help extend torso. Straightening right leg a little bit, making sure your left leg is parallel to the floor. Half moon. Keeping the right hand on your blocks. Flexing the left foot, lifting the leg. Everything's opening up sideways towards the left side of the room. Left arm extends straight up into the air. More right angles. Breathing in. We're going to move. Exhale, unwind. Fold and bend. Bend the left knee, bring it in towards chest. Set the foot down towards the floor or on the floor. Move your blocks to the other side. Rise up halfway, monkey, or that half forward fold. Exhale, fold and bend. Hands to the floor. Hopper step back, plank pose. Come down, chaturanga. We're on to the other side. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale to extend left leg up into the air. Bend and twist, opening up, hips opening to the left side of the room. Exhale to unwind, step through. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel plants. Warrior 1. Rise up, reaching into the sky. Exhale, open, Warrior 2. Wide stance, go in that deep lunge. Side angle, reach forward, angled upper body. Follow right hand up and over your head. Reach and stretch. Take a breath in, we're still in motion. Exhale, turn, hands to the floor. Slide left foot back and up into the air. Down dog, straight legs. Left foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. All 10 toes pointing forward, rise up, reaching into the sky. Settle in for a quick second. Shoot straight up to straighten the legs. Pivot right heel to the floor, turn sideways. Arms to parallel, prepped for triangle. Reach out, rotate the arms. Feel that hamstring stretch, maybe right angles in the legs. Breathe in. Exhale, bend left knee, nice lunge. Come up, pass through. Warrior 2, left hand reaching into the air. Then our windmill to bring the hands down to the floor in front. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. You'll be in runner's lunge. Bring in your blocks. Shifting forward so you can balance on left foot. Left leg kicks right up into the air parallel to the floor. Rise up a little bit. Use those blocks for stability to help extend torso so it's long and parallel to the ground mostly. Let's go for that half moon. Left hand stays on your stacked blocks. Flexing the right foot, give it a little kick up into the air, opening up sideways. I don't know if you can see my blocks, but I've got them stacked in a way that gives me some good height and opening. Right hand reaching into the air. So I don't have to touch the floor here, but I got those stacked blocks. Okay, let's unwind or fold, bringing both feet down to the floor. Done with those blocks there. Rise up halfway, flat back like a table. Fold and bend, coming down, hands to the floor. Hopper step back, plank pose. Last chaturanga, come down. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Excellent. All right, let's go to the floor. Hop forward, cross legs, take a seat. Or kneel down to take your seat. Sit in the center of your mat. Roll down onto your back. Go ahead and hug knees to chest. And a little massage here. Maybe some circles, back and forth, side to side, whatever feels good as a way to relieve the body. Also a great opportunity to check in with your breathing. That was a lot of movement, and lots of engaging since there was a lot of balancing involved. Creating all those L shapes and 90-degree angles. We're going to repeat what we did earlier. Go ahead and set the feet onto the floor. Extend the legs. So it's kind of like Shavasana for a moment. If your strap is nearby, grab that. Let's hug the left knee into chest. Wrap the strap around the foot, or maybe take your peace fingers, grab your big toe. That's a nice test and challenge. Then extend the leg up into the air. And just check in. Maybe that leg feels a little straighter and longer and stretched out. My left leg, this is my left leg in the air, and it's not as flexible, I'd have to say, as my right side, but right now it's feeling pretty good. Three more breaths, getting this nice, just last stretch. Then you can bend the knee, releasing the strap. Extend the leg back down onto the floor, pause for a moment. Let's bring the right knee in, wrap a strap around the foot, and extend. Still okay if that leg is not straight up and down. Perfectly fine if that knee is very bent. I'm just checking in with this newly established flexibility, perhaps, because of all this work we did. Yeah, I can even feel a difference in my right leg. It's even going past that 90-degree angle there. This is about 90 right here. 2 more breaths. And then just bend the knee so you can easily release the strap. Hug both knees into chest. Let's take the knees wide so we get a little hip stretch, inner thigh stretch. and even feet up towards the ceiling for happy baby pose. I like to add movement here, and you're certainly welcome to do so as well. A little rocking feeling, just feels good on my back. Helps open the hips a little bit more here too. And if the knees are pretty well bent, you might even create another set of right angles. All right, one more hip opener. Bring the soles of the feet together. Set the feet onto the ground. Let the legs just kind of relax just like this. This is another potential right angle in the legs because just the way the knees might be bent, the way the feet are touching, and just the distance away from the pelvis the feet are might create like a box or a diamond with equal angles, okay? So it could be 90 degrees. About 3 more breaths. Whenever you're ready, bring the knees together. Give yourself another hug. Let's take a twist. We're going to take both knees over to the left side as you extend your right arm out to the right side here. Another opportunity to check in with your breathing. Maybe you're now able to take slow, deep breaths now that you're resting. Take 2 more deep breaths here. When you're ready, bring knees back up to center. You might pause here for a moment. And then knees down to the other side. Spinal twist. Two more breaths. Bring the knees back to center. Give yourself a hug. Just draw both knees in. One more leg extension to create one last L shape. So maybe extending both legs up into the air. Toes can be pointed, or you can flex the feet. Maybe just arms just down on the floor by your side. Just hold here for a few seconds. Just a nice inverted pose. Just a little bit, one more activation through the body before we come to full release and relaxation. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the knees, set the feet onto the floor. Then you can extend your legs out onto the floor, Shavasana. Just allow yourself to really settle in. Find a comfortable position. Use props here if you need it. If you've got a blanket or pillow that you would like to use underneath your body to support your head, your neck, your legs, your back, please feel free to use those props. And once you're fully settled in, maybe closing your eyes and begin your meditative journey inward. Slow, steady breaths guiding you inside. Feel free to keep your eyes opened, just gazing skyward, or close your eyes and go deeply inside. Slow, steady breaths.
If you find that your mind begins to wander, just notice what you're thinking about. Acknowledge that thought. And then take a deep breath. When you exhale, imagine that you're just blowing that thought out of your mind. So you can return to this moment, fully present, connected, and aware. You're welcome to stay here as long as you need to. Your body and mind certainly deserve these moments of stillness and silence. Take advantage of it. When it is time to move, start with 5 slow, deep breaths. Just generating a new energy throughout your body. And as you're taking these deep breaths, feeling a subtle movement also return to your body. A gentle wiggling of your fingers and your toes, and movement through your hands and feet. And just feeling that energy rising up the legs, right up to your hips, up through your arms, through your shoulders, up the torso, right up through the neck, and through the crown of your head. And as you feel this new energy generate through yourself, move slowly and carefully roll onto either side of your body, perhaps moving into this nurturing pose that might resemble a fetal position. Then, still moving as slowly as you can, press yourself up to come to seated. Sitting with a nicely extended spine, nice and tall and proud, arms relaxed down by your side. Take a deep breath here. And then one more movement together. Inhale, extend your arms into the sky, big stretch. As you exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Return to stillness and take another breath. And as we come to the close of this portion of our journey together, we bow saying, Namaste.